Okay, so some new reporting has come out about RFK Jr. The woman that he had an affair with this past year has written a book in her time away from the public eye, and some of it is interesting. So let's listen, or let's read. I want to say, Bobby, you shit the bed with this one.
You really shit the bed. You really shit the bed, Bobby. You shit Earl is not gonna be happy about this.
Okay, so this reporter, her name is Olivia Nuzzi. And Olivia Nuzzi did it all for love. The former political journalist has written a combustive portrait of America, President Trump, and the scandal with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that upended her career.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, no.
Olivia Nuzzi loved him. She loved the politician, even though she was a political reporter and he was then a presidential candidate she had written about. She loved his. Okay, there's a reason. I didn't even address it yet, but I'm sure you've seen the human equivalent of a scab over there in the corner. I pulled him up because I want you to, like, remember. I think there's a picture of her. This woman. She's beautiful. Beautiful girl. And that's who she's talking about. Also, have you heard him speak? I wasn't doing that impression for no reason. Like, okay, she loved his eyes. Him. Look into him. Look into the eyes. Ew. Blue as the flame. She loved that the sight of something as trivial as a rose could move him to tears. Well, maybe that he should go garden then. Like, maybe he should go, like, what? I'm moved to tears every single time he talks because it's excruciating. Not only because it sounds excruciating, because it sounds like he spent his formative years swallowing gravel, but also because of the slop that comes out of his mouth. The misinformation, all of the battles that we fought 20 fucking years ago. Like, we already told Jenny McCarthy that she was an idiot and then she needed to shut up about vaccines. Like, that was a long time ago. Like, it's so, all the misinformation about autism gets my blood boiling. I oh my god. As trivial as a rose can move him to tears. What the fuck? Like, these are the men going into, like, whatever. Can move him to tears. She loved his insatiable appetites and his particular complications and particular darkness. The Secretary of Human Health and Safety, everybody. Give it up. Like, oh my God. Okay. But she said, I love you, only after he said it first. He called her Livy and wrote her poems. Oh my God. How much do you want to bet that those were fucking, oh my God. Just so hard to get through. Oh my God. I can't even think about hearing him speak off the cuff is bad enough. I can't even, like, his thought out words in a poem.
Oh, Bobby. Roses are red. Violets are blue.
He said he wanted her to have his baby. He promised to take a bullet for her. In case you're unaware, RFK Jr. is married currently. Cheryl Hines, I believe her name is. She's an actress. She was the wife in that Larry David show. People are gonna get mad at me for not knowing the name. I'm sorry. The crotchety old white guy comic. Like, that's how I identified him for a long time. Larry David. Sorry. He said he wanted her to have his baby. Ugh. What is with the... We need to, like... I know it's, like, a human, like, biological thing for, like, wanting to reproduce, but also, like, these mega men and their, like, obsession with reproduction is weird. Weird. I'm looking at you, Elon Musk. 13 children with 84 different women. Like, I know that math doesn't make sense, but still, like, oh my God. This is what Nuzzi writes in her book, American Canto. I don't know what that canto means. Never naming the politician who readers will deduce is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. At the height of the 2024 presidential campaign, Nuzzi seemed to have a digital affair with Kennedy that revolved around texts and phone calls. Imagine how terrible his garbled ass voice sounds over the phone. You better hope he had good connection, because it's like he already sounds like he has bad connection, just like in person. Wow. She had a digital affair that revolved around text and phone calls. The revelation derailed her career, led to her firing at New York Magazine, and precipitated a very public explosion of her relationship with another prominent political journalist. Kennedy tried to brush her off, saying he had met her just once for the hit piece she wrote and through his support behind Donald J. Trump, eventually becoming a cabinet secretary in his administration. Nuzzi disappeared for a year in self-imposed exile in Los Angeles, where she wrote American Canto in secret. The book, which comes out December 2nd and is described here for the first time, paints a picture of a nation and a personal life on fire. Okay, so like she talks a lot about like just like her life and how Trump got elected and inside that world, and nothing really to do. I'm more interested in RFK. Sorry, girl. So, Nuzzi says in the book that her romantic entanglement, we need to like get rid of that word. I think Jada ruined it. If one can refer to a digital relationship that way. With the politician, she used a pseudonym, The Politician, after we all knew it was like, I mean, you could have just, I mean, I don't know. Began after she wrote about him in an article published in November 2023. At the time, she was engaged to the political writer Ryan Lizza. Polling had Kennedy, who was running as an independent candidate, polling around 20% in the three-way hypothetical election matchup against Trump and Biden. She described riding with him around Los Angeles in his stinky mess of a van. What are you, a fucking high schooler in a 90s movie? Like, what? As he drove recklessly, he is, on the road and yelled at his dogs. What? She writes that the first few times Kennedy said he loved her, she did not say it back, yet she knew she felt the same. I love him, I thought. Oh no, I love him so much. Oh no is correct. They spoke often and were intimate enough for her to... Okay. Before they were like, if you can call an online relationship that way, but they were intimate enough for her to see him flossing his teeth. His dop kit overflowing with prescriptions. You're going to try, and then she goes on to say that they did not consummate the relationship. But like, the only way I believe that is if he couldn't get it up. But he looks like a Blue Chew motherfucker. He looks like he like snorts Viagra. She writes, overflowing that with prescriptions. She writes that despite being sober for decades, Kennedy told her that he still uses psychedelics. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. told her that he still uses psychedelics and even smoked DMT. a powerful drug on which people are known to have what feel like near-death experiences. The motherfucker smokes DMT. Hell, what? They chose favorite parts of each other, she writes. He chose her mouth. She chose his nose. They shared a common language, common skepticisms, common ideas about what was beautiful. Common beliefs about what was valuable. She didn't care that he was 39 years older than her. We're like, she's like in her 30s. It's okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I understand it's legal. Sorry. Legal doesn't mean appropriate. Like, legal doesn't mean needed. Just because something is legal doesn't mean you have to do it. Like, ew. And also, he's married to somebody who's also like 20 years younger than him. She describes providing him with advice about how to manage campaign issues, including the impending news that Kennedy dropped a bear carcass in Central Park. Sorry. And when his campaign finally combusted in August of 2024 and he sought an alternate path to power, she asked him how he felt visualizing himself on stage endorsing the Democratic candidate. Nauseous, he replied. In August of 2024, the Democratic candidate was Kamala Harris. So, according to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he felt nauseous about potentially endorsing Kamala Harris. When she then asked him how he would feel about endorsing the Republican candidate, Donald Trump, his answer was the same. Yet he had the hope that he would be able to negotiate for influence, and the time to do so was now. You disgusting little pig-headed bitch. Fuck you, Robert F. Kennedy. We all knew that you just made this like weird fucking switch, desecrate your fucking name for influence and power. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's exactly why nobody wanted to fucking vote for you. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Motherfucker. You have a bank account that could choke a bull just because your name is Kennedy. Your family, like, the desecration of that you do to your family's name is absolutely fucking disgusting, and I hope nobody in your family talks to you. Okay, I think that was it. But goddamn. So okay, I think I skipped a little bit over. I think we need to go back a little bit. She writes that despite being sober for decades, Kennedy told her that he still uses psychedelics and even smoked dimethyltryptamine or DMT, a powerful drug on which people are known to have what feel like near-death experiences. This is the anti-vaxxer telling us it's dangerous to take Tylenol during pregnancy, which in itself is just a repackaging of like back in the day, like this, I want to say like 40s, 50s, their hypothesis, and by this I mean like psychiatrists and psychologists, whatever, people who studied child development and whatever, their hypothesis about the cause of autism, which there is no, like, you're born with it. Like, there's nothing that causes it, that nothing makes you autistic. in your life. There's no external, like, that's not how it works. Anyways, the hypothesis that they had back in the day was that something the mother had done during infancy or the newborn stage, or like the baby stage, something that she had done led to this result, whether it was she was unloving or distant, cold, blah, 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 blah. And it was just a way to blame mothers for a child's condition that they're born with. And it's also like, it was also a very lazy way of trying to treat somebody, like just blaming that, and they're like, oh yeah, okay. And then they also kind of, like, after that, they were like, didn't focus on treating, they just focused on blaming. And it took a while for things to change. And it took a lot of some badass mothers who refused to like accept that bullshit, and taught their children. They were forced to take on a teaching role because the resources were not there. And all of that Tylenol during pregnancy, blah, 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 that bullshit is just a repackaging of blaming mothers for autism. And people can say, oh, he's talking about blah, blah, blah. No, this motherfucker is basically a fucking eugenicist. Fuck him. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He has no medical degree. He was an environmental lawyer. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Fuck him. There have been people who have studied autism for decades, and he comes out and says all of this fucking bullshit because for some reason, he is the Secretary of Health and Human Health and Safety because he wanted influence, because he is a power-hungry old man who will not just go retire. I highly recommend a movie from HBO. It was a TV movie with Claire Danes. What's her? Catherine O'Hara is in it. She plays Moira in Schitt's Creek. And there's a few other people in it. But it's called Temple Grandin. It's about a woman named Temple Grandin. She is a I believe she has a doctorate now. She's a doctor, and she has autism, and it chronicles her life going through school. And it's an extremely good movie. Claire Danes acted her ass off in that fucking movie. But I highly recommend it. Please go watch it. I grew up with two boys who were nonverbal autistic, and we grew up together. And a lot of people refuse to understand that something that is so simple, and it will never not make my blood boil that people like him are put in places of power. All right. Have a good night, guys. Keep your eyes open.